Mm-hmm. All right. I'm back. I told you I'd be back in an hour. It wasn't even an hour. I'm trying to find my Wiegand pick. I was going to use it. Or did I put it in here? May have. Here it is. Also, I've been trying to find more of these. I mean, just no luck. I kind of like this pick for effect, and it got rained on and rusted out. Let's see, do we have anybody here? Yeah, we got. All right. Now, where is that pick? It's called a jellyfish pick, and it was kind of a silly idea, but the idea was to make your guitar sound like, you can see how it's rusty? Make your guitar sound like a 12-string. I don't think it really works, but it has a weird sound. And these are actually look like wound strings, like pieces of wound strings on there. So you actually could probably make something like this. It is strings, it totally is. But I've been trying to find it. It's called a jellyfish. See that? With an eye. I can't find them anywhere. So, we'll get some people here, see if we can get a quorum. I'm going to hit refresh and see how many subscribers I have. Oh, look at that. We went up. All right. Let's see, where are you? There. I get offline and I get new subscribers. Hilarious. Where is everybody? Huh. Do I need to reboot this? So I talked about art versus craft. Let's see. More like that. And, you know, there's songs that are just kind of come out of you. So there are songwriters that just kind of let the spirit of songwriting create a song in them. It's very, very metaphysical sounding, hard to explain it. And then there's songwriters who sit down and craft a song. And I guarantee you there's people that are oftentimes known as just songwriters, like Diane Warren. I'm sure she's an artist, but she crafts her. Hey, we're back. Hey, Scotland. John Lonigan, good to see you. Yeah, I told you I'd be back, John and Bruce. You know, Diane Warren, who's written a million hits, she actually, you know, it's a business, it's a job, it's, you know, and boy, watching the Beatles, the Get Back, that was a job. They totally did a 9 to 5, more like 10 to 6 kind of thing, Monday through Friday. I mean, it was literally like they were going to work every day. I loved that. And they had the luxury of being able to do that. It was like, hey, let's just go to the studio and hang out and try to write some stuff and get something done. Hey, Salvador, good to see you again. So I feel like you can have, as a songwriter, you can have that kind of mentality. But if you're an aspiring songwriter, you may not have that. Oh, I got to turn on my light. Hold on. You may not have that. There we go. I'm like all uneven lighting wise. You may not have that luxury. But you know, just sitting around and noodling. You know, you get that. You get a sound. I've got my pick. I got my favorite acoustic. I got my favorite pick. I'm playing a C chord. I'm just gonna just kind of develop it a little bit. Just kind of mess around with one chord, and just kind of let whatever happens happen, and then start making some changes to it. Nope. And then you go, nope, that's not right. That's not what I hear. So what do I hear? Yeah, that's what I hear. Now melody. Okay, that's a pretty boring melody. Okay, maybe I'll reverse that. Okay, I like that. Now I gotta lock that melody in a little better because it's a little bit of a melodic. I'm going up a fifth. Simple melodies are where you're never going more than a second, a major second or a minor second, a whole step or a half step. But there I was going. What did I do? And I might, if I'm working on a melody, I might kind of hit that string or that note on the guitar. So that's what I want. We do the same melody over the E minor. So now I have, is that a chorus or is it a verse? That's always been the toughest for me. I always think I'm writing a verse and I'm often writing a chorus. I'm coming up with something that's catchy or whatever. But you can write something as a chorus and it may turn into a verse. You can go, oh no, I'm going to make that the verse. Or you can start with something you think is a verse and it's like, oh no, that's going to be the chorus. Again, it started with the inspiration of hearing that the guitar, the pick, the strings, the feel, the momentum, the tempo, the key. I would totally, I would definitely write a different song if I started with a capo, say, at the 7th fret. 7th fret is where, George Harrison wrote, right? Right? Here Comes the Sun. So if I did that same... Thank you, Bruce. I'm gonna pin that. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you so much. Pin message. All right. Well, we only got a few people here. Bruce, I was thinking, oh well, you know what? If I get more people showing up at 11, that was our old time, wasn't it? It wasn't 11 when I started doing this. Originally, it was like 11 o'clock. But the if I have 60 people show up, I'm like, okay, maybe I should do 11 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock or something. But the opposite's occurring. So it's a totally different vibe. Got the same pick, same guitar, same groove, but the key is so much higher. It's a sweeter song. So I'm probably not going to be able to. I'm not going to sing there. So I'm going to create an entirely different melody if I'm playing in that key. All right, I'm going to, and that is always. I get asked a lot. How do I put a song in my key, that's if it's a pre-existing song, yeah, you need to move it to your key. But if you're writing a song, you can write a song in any key. It's completely irrelevant, right? I always, the example is like if this, all those are different chords and different keys, and they all have a G in them. So if your melody note's a G, it could be, you could be in the key of C, you could be in the key of G, or in C. Or you could be in the key of A, D. There's a G in that, in the key of D. You could be in the key of A if you want to sing the 7th. You could be, the G could be in a lot of keys. It could be in the key of E flat. I'm in E flat. So just your range doesn't necessarily determine the key. The range will determine with the key what notes in the scale you're going to use sing in your melody. So when I did that in C, it went that's an easy note for me to hit, that E. But this one, that's a little higher. Now that was the thing, I pushed that. Those are quarter notes. Down, 2, push. So I pushed it the second. So you can move, you can mess around with the timing of the melody. You might, for crafting purposes, you might do the melody one way, the first verse, and change it in the second verse to give the audience a surprise. I don't know if you saw that interview with Rick Beato and Sting, but one of the very, very first things he said was, if I don't hear something that surprises me in the first 8 bars of the music, I'm not going to keep listening. And I totally get that. Bach was a perfect, Bach would take you to a place. I'm trying to finger pick with the pick in my hand. That would be the spot you'd be like, whoa, what did he just do there? And so that's the kind of, I like that in music. I call it the money chord. You throw that one chord in there that like catches people off guard. I love that kind of thing, and that leans in craft. But if it happens naturally while you're writing a song, I would call it more art. Like art is more natural. Craft is more programmed, if that makes sense. It's like if I were leading worship at a church, art would be more like letting the Spirit lead me in the moment of leading worship, or craft would be letting the Spirit lead me in the moment of arranging the song. So those are two different moments. One happens weeks, months before. Another one happens when you're doing it. And so when you're sitting down with a guitar and you start with a C chord, and just sussing. Felt like it needed some change, and then there's my first phrase. See, I can't get that G note. So you might have to pluck it out like that to help your voice find it. Now I'm on the G note. last G. See, I pushed it there to make it different from the first verse. I apologize for my pitch. But you can see where I made a change. And what I did was I let that, I did the verse or whatever that section is. That could be the chorus. That could be a chorus. I could hear that as a chorus. But I'm going to need a verse that sets that up, right? And I'm in the key of C, I'm starting on the 1 chord, but what did I do? It sounded like it wanted to go to the 5 chord. Now that could have been a break, like a bridge, a break, it could have been a pre-chorus. So a pre-chorus is a good little thing to do to kind of get you into the chorus. So see, that's still playing on that, the hook. Now, what is that might be the hook. End of 2. 1, and I do it again. And I do it in the B section. So I just don't have lyrics yet. I don't have lyrics yet. Sometimes the lyrics come first, or I have lyrics sitting there and going, oh, this might work for that. Or I'll squeeze this into that. But I just let that A section inspire the B section. And then what happened was the A section showed up inside the B section. You see what I'm doing? I don't have to do that. I could have gone. It wants to go FC though, doesn't it? Maybe, or I could hear, there's a B section. No, sorry. G, C. And now I bring that A hook back. Now this sounds more like a chorus now. I could go to D, that's an unexpected chord. And then going to C is really unexpected. From there, D wants to go to G. So I could have gone. It's hard when you go out of the key. So because the D chord's out of the key of C. When you go out of the key now, you're painting yourself in a corner potentially, and you got to find a way to get yourself back. Like if I really wanted to go like all the way out, I could do like a circle of fifths B section. Okay, let me do a circle of fifths B section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go. Ultimately, what I want to land on, I want to have 4 chords in my B section, and I want the 4th chord to be the 5 of the key. Okay, the 5 of the key is G. We're in the key of C. If we go up the C scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit G chord. So G is the 5 chord. Very strong leading powers in the 5-to-1 cadence, or 5-to-1 change, or G to C change. So what I need is the 5 of the 5. Well, that's D, and the 5 of that 5 is A, and the 5 of that 5 is E. So if I wanted to make my B section it would be very country sounding. It would sound pseudo bluegrassy country. It makes me think of Chet Atkins for some reason. And so if I go to E major in the key of C, the way to find that 5 of the 5 of the 5 of the 5 is to go to the third in the key, which in the key of C, C, D, E. That's E. So I might try that. So I might do that, and let's see what it sounds like. So here's my song. I'm going to do it again. Again, the A minor. Exactly, Sam. Doesn't really do it. That's not going to be the one. But the E wasn't bad, but the E in this scenario wanted to go to A minor, right? Or to F. So check this out. So what are my melody? Kind of a Beatlesy sound. If I went to the F minor, the minor 4 chord, then I would go back. That sounds more like a bridge to me. Maybe a bridge too far. I like going to the G chord for the chorus. Maybe that better. So I've got 3 sections now. You know, it's okay. I'll tell you. Here's the thing. I'll show you where the art happens and where the craft happens. Okay, I can model it right here, right now, in writing a song in front of you. Okay, so this is where the art happened here. I'm going to experiment. I'm going to take a chance. Maybe this A minor will work. Oh, I like it. There's art. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so that to me skews in the art, more visceral, more emotional, reactive. Let's take a chance. Will this work? Kind of. Well, and it's not even the chance. The chance could be all craft thinking. I go, well, I could do a minor sub, right? So I'm thinking, I got C. I'm into key C. Okay, let me try that over the minor sub. That should work over A minor. That's craft. That's thinking. Okay? That got me to the A minor chord. But my reaction to the A minor chord is the art. Okay? Yes, that's it. Yeah. So that's when I did that. That was where I'm combining. You know, I wrote art versus craft, and I'm regretting it because it really isn't art. It's more of art plus craft. But there are people that just completely write viscerally like that, and there are people that literally will sit down and craft a masterpiece. There's a masterpiece like that. You know, All by Myself by Eric Carmen sounds to me to be a very crafted song. It's a great song, right? Although he stole from Rachmaninoff or something, right? Is it Rachmaninoff that's in the middle of that song? And apparently Rachmaninoff hadn't been dead long enough. He had to give writers credit to him. So that was probably a bummer the day he found that out. But probably someone at the record company said, by the way, Eric, just so you know, you're splitting. Hey, I still have coffee. Oh, coffee actually tastes really good after having your teeth cleaned. Get rid of that experiment thing going on. You know, my appointment was at 10 and I live 1 minute away. So I literally walked over. It's like 2 streets. It's 2 doors down from my house. So and then they're on time. They stick to their schedule pretty solid. So I wasn't in the waiting room. I got there right at 1 minute before 10. And then as soon as I was done, I came back here. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Oh, no, Carol's, sorry, that's, yeah, 5 of the 5 would be D. We've talked about this before. We talked about the circle of fifths. Yeah, thanks, Sam. So, I mean, he doesn't live next door. It's not a house. It's actually an office. It's like a couple doors down and then across the street. So it's literally, I can walk to it in less than 60 seconds. So it's that moment when I've tried that A minor. Well, the same thing when I got to, okay, what do I want to do? I know I can go to G chord. G chord is one of my chords in the key. You know, it's the 5 chord. It makes the most sense. I actually heard that chord before I played it, and I went, you know, I think I want to go to the 5. Your ear will get good enough where you'll be predictive. You'll go, oh, I know what'll sound good here, the G chord. Okay? That'll happen if it's not already happening. But I got to the G chord and went, yeah, that's cool. I did that at first, and I thought, okay, that's cool, but it's kind of redundant because I already have that 4-1 cadence, that amen, amen cadence in the verses. I don't want to milk it too much. I'm going to use it in the B section, but I'm not going to use it every 2 bars. I'm going to use it at the end of the 4th bar. So maybe. There's a lot of melody you can do there. I might sit on that one. That's the verse. So I don't know what the Vark thing is, but I'm going to, Bruce, just so you know, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to hide that user because I think it's just, it's spamming. We get those every now and then. So feel free to spam the Vark Tech stuff, whatever that is. And I've never gone there. If somebody has a very secure browser and want to check out what the heck Vark Tech is, go for it. But it keeps showing up from different new names on here. So I'm assuming it's probably some kind of, well, yeah. Please don't get a virus on your computer because I told you to go to Vark Tech. You know, I don't know where I would do that. You know, like I don't have a computer that I feel protective enough. Love from India. India, I love you too. I'm gonna, hey India, I'm gonna insult you I'm gonna do a video. I don't mean to insult. I don't insult anybody, but I'm going to do a video about how the Beatles influenced me. And because I'm getting great response from my Beatle video. If you haven't seen it yet, I think it's, oh no, here, let me pull it up. It's just, people are really digging it. And so I'm probably going to do more videos like this because they're super duper easy to do. I know. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I want a shareable link. So I'm going to get a shareable link, and I'm going to copy and paste here. So you can see it. But I'm going to do a video about how the Beatles really influenced me. I'm going to, you know, I'll try to make it compelling. But one of the things where I said I'm going to insult, hey, Mark Wilson, good to see you. Oh, great. I need to do more open tuning videos, Mark. I really do. I don't play in open tuning that much, in spite of the fact that I've got open tuning videos with hundreds of thousands of views. You would think I'm an expert or something. I'm not. But I do like them. I just don't do them enough. I'm kind of spend my days playing guitar on things. So, but one of the things I was going to say about India, it's not about India so much as that I had a chance multiple times to meet and hang out with George Harrison, and I never did, and I regret it to this day. It's one of the few regrets I have in life, and I'm going to tell that story, but part of the reason why I didn't go there is because it was an Indian music festival, and I just didn't want to, Indian music, I appreciate it now more than I did back then. Back then I was like, what the heck's going on? I couldn't understand it. Now I understand a little bit. So I'm not like anti-Indian music from India or anything like that, but it is pretty funny. So, just learn Simple Twist of Fate by Dylan. Yeah, C and the C major 7. Right. Yeah. In fact, if you keep it real, if you look at that voice lead, it's chromatic, and then it goes to G. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful chord progression, and you can have fun with that. You can definitely, look and because of that chord progression, I would say that there was, and Dylan would be one of those songwriters that I would say skews way to the art side of art versus craft. But if I see a chord progression or hear a chord progression like that in a song, I'm leaning more toward, well, see, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. I got to point. It's so hard for me to point at things because there's art, here's craft. Okay, so craft is over here, over there. Art is this way. It's like all messed up for me because I'm not seeing I'm not seeing a mirror reflection here. I'm seeing the opposite. So anyway, you don't need to know any of this, but when I hear a progression like that, I think craft, right? So I think there's an element of crafting with Dylan on that one. He might have written that on piano. I don't know if you know who plays piano, but I don't have my piano up right now. Yeah, it's you can do that with it. I could do that in this song. In fact, if I wanted a melody in this song that was a little bit more interesting, but I'm probably gonna, if I'm gonna do some kind of chromatic thing, I'm probably gonna have to go out of key to get it because C7 is not in the key of C, neither is F minor. So you would have to do some stuff. So what I did here, and in fact, it's a lot like what you just said. Keep it real. So the A section was. So that push is kind of the hook, right? That amen, kind of that amen cadence is a hook. No, so I don't really have a melody yet for this section. But instead of going da, da, which is what I did there, I might go ba, ba. So I might go I might do that. So this could be the chorus. And that might go to G. And then I won't do that change. I'll just sit on F. Because then I sit on the F and it sounds good going back to the verse. Okay, man, I'll keep going. I'm going to try to keep going. I could even save that. I could save that for the F to C thing. So, da 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 da. I think I like that better. Okay, now I'm going to go to the chorus. I don't have a melody here yet. Just kind of singing out some notes. But I might do that. What did I do? I went to G. Might vamp out. This will be the intro, like I'm doing a verse. I might go to the bridge. Now I'll go to the E7 chord. Just out of key. No, I went. I need somebody transcribing this, writing this down for me to see. So this is our bridge going to the E7, which is the 5 chord, the A minor chord, which is the 6 chord. Now I'm going to go to F. Now I'm going to go to F, the minor 4 chord. But see, what does that lead me back to, though? It doesn't really lead me back to that G chord very strong, so I painted myself in a corner. I'm forcing, when I play that F minor, that F minor really wants to really go, see this A flat and this F want to go down to G and E. You can really see it here. Right? They really want to go to C chord, not to G chord. It doesn't want to go there, doesn't really want to go there. So I kind of screwed myself up because if I go to that minor 4 chord, I'm going to have to go back to the intro maybe, or a verse before going to the chorus, which is fine. But that's where, again, the art comes into play. It's like, okay, I'm crafting this. I'm going to go, I know that F minor, I know that minor 4 chord is going to be interesting. So I can go there, okay? I could go there and do that and be there and love that. And then I like, oh shoot, it sounds great. And then I'm like, oh dang it, now I can't get to my chorus. It doesn't naturally go to my chorus. Now I'm stuck going to the C chord if I really want to use that F minor. So I'm probably going to get rid of that F minor. I could go to a D over F sharp. Maybe that might work. So check this out. So here's the bridge again. Mark has a question about the fabled E flat tuning on Strats. Oh. Let me think about that for a second. Yeah, Mark, that's just a ploy to get you to watch longer. Bruce helped me remember that he asked that question. It's not a ploy. It's just I have to think about it. So, but here's an alternative bridge. Okay. This could be a chorus song too. That got me to the chorus. So the trick was I used the 5 of the 5 chord. Okay, what do you call that? Dominant substitution. I forget what Sam calls it. he names it every time, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what that is. I always forget the Neapolitan 7th. That kind of stuff. But I did D leads to G really strong, and I for some reason decided to do the chorus starting on the 5 chord. So if I want to have something lead really strong to that, I'm going to have to go to the 5 of the 5. So I might go out of the key and get that D. Well, not really a problem since I went out of the key to get that E7. That gave us a really strong resolution there. So I've got 3 different 10-4 boss. No, you make sense. You made sense, Mark. I understand. I think you can clarify it as I try to answer your question. So if so I have 3 sections, right? I have that's the A, and I can just call them that for now, A, B, and C, and then determine if they're choruses later, versus bridges chorus. B doesn't mean bridge. B is just the second section. Then once you start naming them like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, things like that, then you're locking into that. Secondary dominant. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to scroll and look for it because you just said it. And so I've got 2 secondary dominants in there. I had the E7 going to the A minor, which was in the bridge. Also in the bridge, I had the D at the end. I ended with a D, but I put an F sharp in the bass to give you that nice chromatic leading that we talked about. Okay. So you can definitely have a lot of fun with those kind of things. With that chromatic movement, can be very powerful. So, and that took me to the G chords. If or the G chord, which is the first chord of is the B section at this point. Actually, that's cool there. See what I did there? So in the first half of the bridge or C section, I did that rhythm that that harks back to the bridge. Actually, harks back to the B section too, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of I'm in the chorus. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Turn myself around. That was the chorus. Okay, so the bridge is. Holly, how dare you? How dare you be on FaceTime with your mom and not with me? Okay, hopefully you heard that as preposterous, right? Anyway. So Mark's asked a question about E-flat tuning. A lot of players will tune down to E-flat, particularly on electric. A lot of players will do that. It doesn't happen very often on Gibson players. Les Paul guys that play Les Pauls don't do it because the tension, the strings would be too loose. You'd have to go with heavier strings. I mean, you could, but it's more common for Strat players because again, the radius on the Strat is a little bit more arched. It's a smaller radius, so it has more arch to it, and you're kind of bending uphill more than you are on a Les Paul. Excuse me. So that is not uncommon to tune down a half step. Okay, so the question was, well, I think the tone might be a little bit better. You would still, I usually use 10s. If I was tuning down a half step, Stevie Ray Vaughan, I think, used 13s on top. If I tuned down a half step, I would definitely probably, if that were my normal tuning on a guitar, I don't do that, but if I did, I would probably go up to 11s or 12s, or I don't think I would use 13s. I don't want to work that hard. The reason I would never do it is because so much of my time playing guitar is spent reading music, and I really don't want to have to transpose, especially off a half step, for everything I do. Now, the question was, more specifically, so I have a question about the fabled E-flat tuning on Strats. Should the songs you play be down tuned a half step or transposed to the same key? Okay, I would say if you're tuned down a half step, say, and you're in E-flat tuning, so eat flat, at flat, Denny's flat, get flat, bad, flat, eggs flat. Okay, if that's your tuning. Then let's say you're playing a song in the key of, the song is in the key of A, right? And on the record, it's played on standard tuning, and they're using open A chord and open D chord and open A chord and open E chord or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't transpose that up to B flat and E, no, because you want those open strings to ring out. So the only thing is, it's going to be in a different key, a half step lower than the original. There's a very, very, very small percentage of your audience that would notice that. However, a bigger percentage of your audience would notice if you're struggling to play in the right key because your guitar's tuned down a half step. In other words, if you do it like they said, Stevie Ray Vaughan uses E-flat. Eddie Van Halen used E-flat. Somebody else said there was others that I think there was somebody. Oh, Hendrix did that sometimes. A lot of grunge music, yeah. I don't know if it's for tone. It may be for tone. It may be for the singer's range. They like playing songs in the key of E, but E's too high, so E-flat's better. My understanding was that the reason the Van Halen tuned the way they did was because something about like David Lee Roth would do this wow, that thing, and he could do throat singing with his voice, but it was only in a certain key, like he could get a note. And so they wanted it to match the guitars, but I think that's just folklore. I knew a whole lot of people that knew and hung out with Van Halen because I spent 35 years of my life living in Pasadena, California, where they're from, and they played. I had friends whose backyards they played in for birthday parties and stuff like that. So pretty funny. In fact, a lot of bands in Pasadena were like doing birthday parties, thinking, "Hey, we're going to be the next Van Halen." The sound of, if you're let's say I was tuned down a half step and I'm playing E-flat, the song's in A, and so yeah, if I tune down a half step and play, it's going to sound the same, have the same energy. The open strings are going to be there. It's going to sound the same. It's going to finger the same up and down the neck and all that. But if I transpose it up a half step to accommodate for the fact that the strings are down a half step, then you're stuck doing. It doesn't sound anything like the original. And there's a larger percentage of your audience will go, well, that kind of sounds weird. They won't be able to explain why it sounds weird. They won't know why it sounds weird, but they will notice it. But if you were to play it down step, but in the exact same voicings otherwise that the original artist did. That audience, there's only the audience with perfect pitch that knows the original song and is listening hard enough to know, oh yeah, why are they doing it in the wrong key? Like, they'd have to know the original key. So I think it's just better to go ahead and not transpose. If you're going to tune down a half step, go ahead and play the new song, unless you're playing with musicians that are, now that's a different thing. If you're playing with a band, let's say a church or something, and everybody else is playing in E standard tuning, you are going to have to transpose. So, but I wouldn't tune down in that case. I would tune down to E flat if I were the leader of the band. If we were doing a lot of, a lot of times you might tune down, like I said, to E flat, if just to give you a little break on the vocal range of things, because that means any song in E or everything could be down a half step and a little bit easier to sing. So. Exactly. It's a good reason to have more than one guitar. That's also true. I always have two guitars on stage with me at any one time because if I break strings every now and then, and so I take all my anger out on my guitar instead of my wife. So I do tend to break strings, but one of my favorite things to say. Oh, let's see where I'm at now with subscribers. Let me get the subscriber count here. What? Okay, I guarantee you it's because I went live twice in one day. I lost 4 subscribers. Isn't that funny? So actually went up. I started at 95. 695. I went down to 693 while I was in the live stream. I came back from the dentist and I checked and it was 697. I went, great. I go offline and I gained 4 new subscribers, and then it's like, oh shoot, now I'm back online. And so this is the second time I've been live today. So basically everyone who's subscribed and turned on notifications has got a notification. Yes. So the Mark Wilson, yes, they're going to have to compensate to you if that's the case. Yeah, they're going to have to go down a half step to you. If you're the boss, no, it's not. I don't think they're bored. But I try to make it entertaining. I'll just do like dance like this while I answer your question. Yeah, Holly, we don't have that many people on though. 27. That's not bad. What's our peak? Our peak was 30. Okay, we're up there. We're gaining steam. If you can see the algorithm here, I could post that. Let's see here. Hold on a second. No, wait. What do I want? I want this, and then. All right. I can add this. Let's see. Add image. What? Oh, I was gonna say browse. Desktop. So this is what's happening right now. Basically, that's almost a live shot. So you can see it's like, wait, Tom's on? It's slowly growing. Pretty funny. Yes, I'm answer juggling. Yeah, better to break a string than a marriage. That's exactly right. And hit the like button, but don't hit your wife. Unless she hits you first. I'm just kidding. Oh, now I got to make this a PG-13. PG-13, not approved for children. Well, I never approve it for children, so I don't even want to have to think about it. All right, let's see how much I've gone down. I'm going to refresh. Dennis we're going to try to figure out how to make this live on here. No, it's still 93, Dennis. All right, so, and I got all my moderators back. It's funny. Everybody's back. So you see what I'm doing there. What I'm talking about art and craft, it's kind of a bounce back and forth. You may use some knowledge, aka craft, to go to maybe think of the next chord or come up with the next chord, but it's going to be the art in you, the emotions that's going to react to that. And if it doesn't work, if you don't get any emotions from it, if you can't do it, then you're not going to use it. So it's a combination of the two, I really believe. And you don't have to know theory. You just have to go try things. That's, I mean, you may not know that the F minor is the minor 4 chord, or you may not know that the E7 is the 5 of the 6. You don't need to know that. You know that, oh, I can play E7. What does that want to go to? E7. No, it doesn't want to go to C. No. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. So just experimenting, which we've talked about before. 90% of anything I've done that's been remotely genius has been accidental. I stumbled on it. And again, that was one of the things that I noticed about the Beatles Get Back documentaries, how much time they spent goofing off. Like literally 70% of their time, they're goofing off. And we've all been in band rehearsals where we do that. But I think it's in the goofing off where you come up with new ideas and you're freeing yourself up to be creative. If they would show up and they go, okay, here's the music, and they put the charts in front of them, and okay, let's practice this for 8 hours and let's get it down and play everything note for note, then they wouldn't be the Beatles. And they probably never would have created another original thing in their lives. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this image now. It's unnecessary. Oops, that. I remember a friend of mine went to see Genesis, and he was a huge Genesis fan, and he came back from the concert. He was very, very disappointed. I'm like, why? He goes, because they didn't play everything note for note. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, the solos, they were doing different solos, they're playing different things. I'm like, really? You want them to do the same thing every night? Well, I want to hear the record, like the record. And I'm like, but that's mean. He goes, why is that mean? He didn't understand what I said. So you're damning them to do the exact same thing every night? That kind of sounds like hell to me. Like, you wouldn't become a musician. That's why I don't like doing pit band stuff. I hated doing the same show every day. I did it. I did it multiple times. I was part of a Broadway aspiring show that never made it to Broadway. And I mean, we did 6 weeks of rehearsals and 6 weeks of shows, and it was 7 shows a week or so. I mean, I was so tired of the music. It was just not why I got into music. Music, I mean, it's a lot of people love that. It's like, hey, I get to play guitar and make a living. I'm down with that. And I get that. I 100% get that. I'm not disparaging it. But for me, it was like, I just felt like it was a 9 to 5. It felt like I was trapped, and almost felt like I was on an assembly line. Over and over and over again. And that's not something I want to do. All right. Let's see. Yes, I have many YouTube videos on open tunings. They were actually some of my most popular videos, and I should do more. So yes, I do talk about open tunings. I don't spend a lot of time in open tunings, except here's the thing, although I will tell you that I generally, when I play an instrument like mandolin, I tend to leave it in, I put it in its tuning. So this is an open tuning for mandolin, and it's the mandolin tuning, G, D, A, E, if we're in tune. But so if you I got to work on this stupid thing for this show next week. If it were that fast, I'd be golden. It's literally right, almost as fast as I can play. It's like, and it was MIDI, so I'm like, maybe the guy doesn't realize how fast it is. It's like, I have to memorize it. I can't read it, because otherwise I'll just be... It's faster than that, actually. It's like, oh gosh, why would... So maybe we can slow it down. I don't think it's not a nobody's singing it. It's an instrumental show-off piece for the. They're trying to feature me and my son. Alex is playing the guitar on that, and it's like, we don't care. We don't want to be featured. So, anyway, okay, yeah. Everybody take a sip because I changed instruments. Okay, so again, now you can take another sip because I'm about to change back. Sip violation. Sam Bush, I wish. Thank you, Sam. It's hard to play fast with open strings. You know, I can play faster when I don't have open strings. It's that psychological thing is, why am I playing an open string? I don't have a finger on it. You know, my picking hand doesn't register that I can play a string like that. You know, it's always thinking. When was the last time you played The Girl I Left Behind Me? I have never heard that song. So I can say the last time I played it would, I don't even know if that's quantifiable if I've never played it. Infinity? Infinity would be the answer. Okay. So I've got potentially the chords, and those may get massaged. I may change the chords to my song. I've got my A section, my B section. I could even write this out. I could create a little text thing. Text. All right. Yeah. So we got A section, which is it's going to be big at first, but I'll slow it down. Which was C to C sus to C. So I'm going to keep this all on one line, and then I went A minor 7 to F to C. Okay, so there's the A section. The B section, what did I went to G, right? And here, let me hold on a second. Okay, go ahead and make this smaller so that when I add to it, it won't be giant. Okay. So it looks like it says A section, C section. No, it's B. A section, then B. Yeah, I can change it. Let's see, where am I? Which one? Oh, here it is. Okay. So this, I'll change this to the word section. Okay. B section. B section was, oh, fiddle tune. Oh yeah, I should definitely learn a bunch of fiddle tunes on mandolin. When I retire, that's what I'll do. I'll get good at mandolin. I'll be like, dang it, why didn't I get this good back when I was working? The B section, I went to the G chord, and then I went to C chord, and then I went to G chord, and then I went to F chord, and then I went to G chord, and I went to C chord, and then I went to G chord, and then I did F, C. Now, I'm not putting bar lines in here. Oops, F to C. I could. Oops, makes it a lot more work. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do the bar lines. It's just too much work. But the chord, having the chords there just to remind me. And then the C section I did was I went to E7, right, to A minor. Not A minor 7. I would go pure A minor because A minor 7 has a G in it, and the E7 has a G sharp in it. You want that G sharp to A kind of leading thing going on. So I just keep going. F. I went to F there and then to C, is that right? And then I did the same thing, E minor, or E7 to A minor to F, and then I did, to get us to I did D over F sharp to get us back to the chorus if we went to the B section next, okay? Yeah, so I could have done the F minor, but the F minor didn't lead us back to the B section, remember? So there's kind of the pseudo chord progression of this pseudo song. Right? So, I'm kind of getting the chord structure. I'm just, again, what I'm doing is I'm writing a song in front of you. So I'm getting the chord structure first in this case. I could totally start with a melody and then harmonize a melody, and that can be really, really fun. Okay, if I did a melody that was like the waves, 94.7 the waves. If I did, it was just like do re mi. I could harmonize that a lot of different ways. I go to the F, let's see, I go to F, so I go to I could harmonize a major scale any number of ways and make it into a song. And that would be starting with a melody, and we can do that another time. So this way I started purely with a C chord on a guitar that I love, with a pick that I love, and I just kind of, again, this is where the art is, okay? This is where the art is. I'm trying things and then listening to my heart, listening to my emotions, listening to whatever, to see if I like that. And then I know, I can go to the A minor chord, that's in the key. Ooh, I like that. And then, that's familiar now. So what I did was I created a little rhythmic hook there, or a 4-1, a cadence, F to C, that's a hook, and then a rhythm. So two things. You've got two things going on. You got the kind of the F to C harmony going on, and you got that 1, 2, 3, 4 dotted quarter to the end of 2. Okay, so that rhythm is a hook also. So I got two hooks in one there, and I'm not calling that the hook. It's just a hook, okay? I haven't created anything yet I would call the hook in this song. You could write a whole song and not have the hook, but nobody will listen to it for the most part. It's got to have some hook. It might be in the lyrics. We're not anywhere near there yet. So I'm probably going to write a song about doing a live stream. That's what the song's going to be about. So I came up with a melody. Now, originally I had done that both times, that high thing. Okay, originally I went. I went. But I thought, you know what? If I do that twice, that's going to be 4 times you're going to hear that. It's too much. Let's save it, make it a little bit, again, more of a visceral thing. Okay, we've got a. So I can just do a simple melody here. E, F, E, See, that's more of a hook to me. And this could be, the A section could end up being the chorus. I'm really bad at going, what's the chorus, what's the verse, which is the better thing? But that's the R section. Again. So you can see how I've massaged the melody even as I've gone. Now, I don't have a melody for the B section, except the only thing is, I'm hearing that G note. I don't really have a melody here yet. And I'm going to do the hook. Oh, did I put the... Now I did this wrong. I did the hook. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to put that F to C change here. And I'll tell you what, I will do a bar lines there. So you know that that's 1 bar. If it's just a chord, it's kind of assumed to be, well, now if I do this, it's going to be, I'm going to have to do it above too. So I'm going to have to do it here too. That. I don't know if you understand what I'm doing here, but if it's got bar lines, that means it's. Now I might as well just add all the bar lines. It makes it a little bit longer of a text, but okay. All right. Is this interesting at all? Yeah, see, the A minor sounds great. And again, I started with a pick and a guitar that inspired me, that had an artistic, visceral, an emotional heart sound. It's like, boy, that right there, boom, I can, okay. And so that's what you got to do. You got to keep seeking out what's that next thing is going to be the right thing. It's like the song's writing itself almost. It's just the song pre-exists. I know a lot of people that feel this way. I've always felt this way. The song pre-exists. It's already there. The song's been there for eternity. Now you're just finding it, right? And you're piecing it together. And you're finding little pieces and you're putting it together. And, oh, there's the song. Now, I never, ever, ever say, God gave me this song. I've written a lot of worship songs. I've never once said, God gave me this song. Because I've had people say that. I've seen people at church say, God gave me this song. And then they proceed to play the worst song I've ever heard. And I'm like, really? I don't think that was God. Because I think, Bach, maybe, Bach can say, yeah, God gave me this song. I would go, yeah, oh yeah, that sounds like something God would do. But, whenever somebody says that, I envision God sitting at a desk writing a song, like he's got his, the beard and the long hair or whatever, and the white robe or whatever, however you see God. Probably not at all like he actually is, so we're going to get there and go, what? But anyway, writing music, and goes, nah, I don't like that. And he wads it up in a piece of paper and he throws it in the trash can and he misses. And the trash can goes through the cloud and lands in this person's lap on the earth. And he goes, thank you, Lord, and opens it up. It's like it's totally like Amadeus, the movie Amadeus, where Salieri is writing and then he writes something and he goes, thank you, Dios, and gracias a Dios, mi Dios, or whatever. And he says, thank you, God. It's like, but you're Salieri. You're not Mozart. And Mozart never once thanked God. And that really bothered Salieri. But it's like, yeah, some of the greatest songs ever written were written by complete atheists. I don't have a problem with that. It's just like the way it is, okay? You're super into... Okay, good. I'm glad. I didn't know if this... Yeah, and you know what? Keep in mind, when I write... Like a lot of the pop stuff for the last 10 years has been written over one chord progression. When they wrote Home to Mama over that. It's just D, D minor, A, G. It's 1, 6, 5, 4. That's the whole song. So, and I've talked about this before, if you have a very, very simple chord progression or just a redundant chord progression, it doesn't have to be simple, it can be redundant. All of the responsibility and all the onus is on whoever's writing the melody, because they got to try to make it sound like an A section, a B section, a C section, a D section, whatever. Chorus, verse, second verse, pre-chorus, chorus, post-chorus, hook, bridge. I always give the example of Neo, the song "Mad," a great song. Listen to the song "Mad" by Neo. I'll send you. I'll put a link up. It's almost all the way through. It's the same chord progression all the way through. And he gives you 6 solid melodies that would be phenomenal melodies by themselves. The song's called, I think it's called Mad. It wasn't a hit. I'm going to turn off my sound for a second because when I pull it up, it might play and I don't want to do that. So Neo. It's a great, actually, too, the other thing about the song is, I'll do the lyric video because there's a video intro that you don't really need to know. Oh, that's loud. Okay, so here we go. All right, so check this song out. Afterwards, you can open up a new window or something like that. And listen, just count the melodies. It's just phenomenal. Unbelievably generous with melodies. And really the melody is the most likely thing to be the hook. And I could take any one of those melodies and turn it into a song. He literally wrote 6 songs in one, I feel like. 5 or 6 songs in one. There's just some great hooks. And I'd sing it for you, but I can't even remember it offhand. Salieri wrote great music too. It was just purely for dramatic purposes in the movie that they played it that way. It wasn't, or actually in the music, it was a musical or a play, right? Originally, it was on Broadway or something. So then I came up with the B section, and again, like I said, at this point, I don't have. But I threw the hook in there. Generally, the B section of the chorus is going to be higher than the verse, almost always. So you might want to, if you start out really on the top of your range in your verse, you might go, let me come up with a melody that's lower. Maybe an octave lower. You could just take it down an octave, but that might be too low. So you might have to rewrite the melody to have a lower melody, so you have somewhere to go for dramatic purposes. Okay, for propelling the song forward. Because you're going to use a lot of tools. We're going to use literally all of these tools here to tell your story, potentially. You're going to propel your story with all of these things, and you're going to manipulate people's emotions, which is admittedly the whole point of music. Oh man, I'm almost out of coffee. Okay, so I did that for bar, C, G, F. Vamp. This might be the intro. Might push it this time. Make it different the second time, and be surprising. Again, remember what Sting said, and I totally agree with this. If it doesn't surprise him in the first 8 bars, he's not going to keep listening to it. And I think that's, you want it when you're writing a song, and that may be part of the craft. But again, you can theoretically know that something might work, but it may not work. You don't until you actually try it. You go, no, that doesn't quite work. Theoretically, sure, but it doesn't work for me at this moment in time where I am, emotionally, physically, spiritually. When I turn this off, I keep talking to myself like this. I just pretend you're there all day long. And you're like, well, just leave it on all day. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Okay, Bruce, hold on. I'm going to check the numbers here. Let's see if I've gone up or down. Oh, up 2. All right, so I'm changing the subscriber count to 95, where I started this morning. All of this was for naught. So I'm back up to 5. It's because people aren't getting notifications that they want to unsubscribe. But also, like I said, Google tends to go in every now and then and makes they tend to get rid of dead accounts, so inactive accounts. So if you have an inactive account, maybe go check into Gmail and just go send yourself an email from it so it stays active for another couple of years. You've got an account you use to, like all of you have created 1,000 accounts just to follow me. If that's the case. Okay, so the B section is just chords at this point. There's very little melody. The only thing I might do is I might sing ba, ba, over the F to C change. I might sing the A to G, which is a third above the, so that way I'm kind of harking to, I'm kind of, it's a thematic send back to the verse, okay? All right, so we come out of the bridge, or the B section, which is, at this point, kind of our chorus. I'm going to go to the C section. No. Still no melody. If we needed bridging, would we not? Ooh, I could do this. Now, see, here's a moment. This is the moment here where I'm going to test something, and if it works, if it works here, I'll keep it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I have an idea that's crafted. This is a theoretical idea that I know on some levels it'll work, but does it artistically hit me? And is it worth keeping? So I'm using knowledge to come up with this potential idea, and I'm going to use, a craft, and I'm going to use art to determine if I want to keep it or not. If it doesn't move, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I just get rid of it. Okay. So here's the new C section. I'm going to make a little change and see if it works. Okay. And I'm still not. I don't have a melody yet. I'm just kind of singing something over it, but mostly one note stuff. not convinced on that. I'm not convinced that I want to do that. And I'm not even convinced that I want to go from the bridge or the C section at this point right to the chorus. I could totally go. I could totally do the F minor thing. That's another, right? So the thing I changed was I held onto that F long enough to be able to do the ba ba, that 4/1 cadence with the rhythmic push. Okay, it might be too much. I kind of was like, it felt like I was sitting on that F chord for too long. And I'm sure you all felt the same way. You all felt like, why is Tom not changing to the C chord? And then I changed, and you went, oh, that's what he's doing. He's bringing that rhythmic hook into the bridge now. Okay, and it kind of worked. I could see where I do, but now you're just kind of like, it's not exactly the cliche I'm looking for. It's not kicking a dead horse, but it's like, it's been done to death. So let's not, okay? But I might go ahead and go, instead of the D over F sharp, I might go to F minor and go back to the verse, the A section at this point, but not play it, just play what I'm calling the intro, which would be the C sus thing, okay? So I'm probably going to do, this probably makes more sense. So now I'm stuck, though. I'm going to tell you in a second why. Notice how I keep you hanging on it. It's like, why are you stuck? Okay, I'm going to show you. So this is the C section. Intro. Now, okay, I'm not necessarily stuck. I could go to the chorus. I was going to think that, okay, now I'm stuck writing another verse, okay? Because I had two verses. Let's say I got A is the verse and B is the chorus and C is the bridge. I was going to go A, B, C, and then B. But I'm like, I'm not digging the way the C goes to the B. So I'm like, well, I really want to go back to that intro. But then now I got to do another A. Well, not necessarily. But you are, if you paint yourself in that corner, you're like, oh, shoot, now I got to write a third verse. What do I have to say? What else do I have to say? Let's see. How about a sus2? I could do that, you know. But neither one's. I mean, and I could go hard right into the B section with no qualms from the F. I could just sit on that F chord for 2 bars. It doesn't have to go. I could even go to the C. Again, you know, I'm speeding through. Okay, now I'm there. I go to footballs, you know. You know, kind of just a shout chorus. Bring the band back in or something. You know, there's so, and that's all part of writing, in my opinion. That would come under arrangement. See, arrangement would be, you know, and dynamics. Was dynamics around here? Yeah, there's dynamics. That would, you know, you combine working on the dynamics of a song and the arrangement of a song, and you end up with a you know, a breakdown chorus. I call that a breakdown chorus. You know, it's like just footballs. Yeah, you could totally do. I mean, it just depends. I mean, if I were writing on a piano, you know, oh, where's my piano? Why did my piano go away? Oh, because I turned off the speakers. There we go. Right? Yeah, so, yeah, Paul does that. Oh, is he? No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and if the moment inspired something like that, I mean, right now we have the, and I could move this, migrate this. I could totally migrate this over. My pedal just keeps running away from me. I'm taking all my anger out on my sustain pedal instead of my wife. So it's and here's the thing: what might happen when I start playing this on piano, I might get a different idea, maybe based on the limitation of my piano playing skills, or I might just something may go, oh yeah, that kind of is cool, I mean. I like the sound of that, because I write so many songs on guitar. It's always fun to hear a song written on piano for me. And then they go to the bridge. Sorry, I can't see you right now. There we are. I start losing viewers when I, as soon as are we getting a lot of those spammers? Third verse, same as the first, exactly, Ron. So we got the bridge. And back to the song. Oh. Sorry, I'm being beckoned. Sorry. Okay, so some Apex Legend stuff coming my way. So I was just replying to the composer. So if you don't know, I do all the guitars and basses for Apex Legends. All right, I'm checking. I'm refreshing. Oh, we lost one. Dang it! I lost a subscriber. Dang it! We're down to 94 again. We started at 95 before I said, come away and I lose subscribers when I. Man, there was a time when I would do my live stream. We gained 20 or 30 subscribers. Remember in that like hour or 2 hours? It's crazy. Donna Matthews. It's so funny. I know a Donna Matthews. Actually, what was it? Yeah. Weird. Totally fine. Okay. So, I might go, try something. Write a song. A lot of times I write on piano. But I might try it, a song that I wrote on guitar and piano to see what I come up with. The B section. It might also be easier for me to find a melody that way too. So I might, I might find a melody. If I was John Lennon, I might try to find a one-note melody in there. John might go something like, or Kurt Cobain might go. Where's it go to F? That's kind of a cool melody, isn't it? I'm just going B C B C, right? So over the. we get that, and over the C, or A minor, and over the F. Now that might not have been a melody I would have discovered on guitar, but it's just kind of like if you accidentally hit, you're playing, reach for an E chord, and you accidentally hit a C instead of a B, you get this E augmented. My pedal's running away again. And I've got sticky stuff on the bottom, but it doesn't do anything. It's like the sticky's all worn off. I need to just screw it into the floor. We have beautiful hardwood floors in this house, and I would hate to do that. But I'm like, yeah, we can always wood fill it later. But I'm real tempted. I'm constantly changing. Why would anybody? I can tell you 2 reasons why I'm losing subscribers. One would be if Google is purging dead accounts, and then the other is if they're getting notifications because I'm online, and they went, "Why did I subscribe to him?" Because again, this is the second time today I've been online because I went to the dentist at 10, and then came back and did more. See, you can see, they're all clean. They look weird because of the lighting. It's not that they're not that weird. Though I'm tempted to get the Invisalign to get rid of this. I might have to wear them the rest of my life at night once they straighten out. But some wouldn't know a diamond if they held it in their hands. A pre-cut diamond, yeah, I would think it was a piece of salt. I'd probably put it in my mouth to taste it. Dotted quarter followed by an eighth. Yep, exactly. Very good, Ron. That's exactly right. That's kind of it just gives it a nice little push, right? It just gives it I like that. I could get rid of it. Here's what it sounds like without it. It's a totally different feel, right? And amazing. That didn't affect me. And now maybe I'm used to the other one. But again, that's the art. The craft is like, oh yeah, I can move that push and get rid of the push and go on 1 and 3 instead of the dotted quarter to the eighth note, like you said, Ron. I could do that. And that's the intellectual aspect of it. That's the craft aspect. And then when you try it, it's the art aspect of it that tells you, nah. And that may work for you. You may go, oh yeah, I like that better actually. And that means that the song is. But like I said, I feel like the song's already written. I'm just gonna try to find it. So I'm like finding these parts, And then, what am I doing? Hopefully Lena's not. Lena, are you there? I haven't seen you. Hey, Jeff Hike. Is Lena in here anywhere? She gave me money. Because she was in the first stream. Yeah. So we're just sitting at around 20, 22 people. So it's not. We peaked out at 32. Yeah, 32 is our peak. Keep it real. Yeah, sometimes I find either using capo or playing the chords in different versions helps the work. Yeah, 100%. The initial reason for that is for inspiration. It's funny because I feel like Justin, when I write songs for Justin Bieber, and I send him a lot of times I'll capo because I really think he likes having songs higher like that, or just he likes the intimacy of. It's just what was it? When I'll send him something that's up there high, and I think he's more likely to write to it because it's just pretty. So I think music should be beautiful, even heavy metal music. I think regardless, there should be beauty in it somewhere. So right now in our song that I'm writing, I've got potentially I think I am going to get rid of that F D or sharp. I think I am going to go back to I don't necessarily need to go to F minor. I'm going to put F minor in parentheses because I'm not sure if that's what I want to go to. I can just sit on F. There's no reason to change on every bar. You can sit on a chord for 2 bars. But I'm going to go back to the intro, which I think we'll just call the intro the A to C sus. I'm sorry, the first half of the A section without going to the A minor. Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. That would work too. So one of the things I like changing the melody, like the rhythm, like I said. What did I do? That's a dun. 3, 4, right? So the second time, when I go back to the A section, I could push that high note, and it sounds like this. Oh, sorry, I didn't do it. I like that because it surprises people. People are expecting it to show up, the melody note to show up on the beat 3, but you're putting it on the end of 2. Okay, again, Ron with that whole the dotted quarter note thing, kind of bringing in that is a melodic hook, a rhythmic hook, bringing that into the melody in the A section. So what Jeff is saying, maybe stay on the C one of the times on the A section, because I'm going to do the A section twice. So it's going to be A, B, A. So I could do. And another time I go. The melody is E note there. I could do something really weird there. I could try E minor or E7. No, see, that's not going to work because I'm still sitting on the. I could go to. See, A minor is basically the same as C, but with an A bass. I should say, A minor 7 has A, C, E, G. C is C, E, G. So the only difference between a C chord and an A minor chord is there's an A in it. Or, I'm sorry, A minor 7 chord. So A minor 7 contains a C triad in it. So anything you sing over C is going to totally work over A minor, or especially over A minor 7. But I kind of like saying, I'm not sure if that's what you were thinking, but you could totally do it. The other thing is maybe save that A minor. Okay, maybe that's what Jeff's talking about. So let me save the A minor for the second time around the A section. Okay, so we have, because then you've never heard it before, so you don't know, you're not missing if I go to C from A minor, you're missing the A minor. But if you never heard it before, and this is really, really hard to do, this is one of the most difficult things about songwriting, is unhearing something. You can't unhear that, right? You can't unsee that. And so let's pretend we're gonna erase our brains. For some of you, that's easier than others. This isn't gonna do it. Yeah, this ain't gonna do it. But so and there's the surprise element. Okay, we're literally in bar 7 of the song, and we brought in a surprise. And so what Sting referred to is, he doesn't hear something that surprises him musically in the first 8 bars, he's not going to keep listening. Now, I don't know that that's possible in every song. And again, the thing that surprises you could be any one of these things. It doesn't have to be a melody or a chord or something. I like to use a special chord every now and then to kind of, and that's what that would have been. That would have been a case where you take the C chord and you use it over, you got a lot of C's going on, and all of a sudden you throw that A minor 7 chord, and there's a surprise chord. It's a money chord. Okay, it's like, ooh, that's the chord that makes people go, wait, what song is this? Let's look it up. Oh, I'm going to add that to my playlist. It's those kind of things you're trying. That's what it's called a hook. Okay, we're trying to hook people in. We're trying to, back in the day, you were trying to get that 13-year-old girl to call a radio station. Now it's just got to get someone to add it to their playlist and listen to it on the road and then when they're working out and all that stuff. The more listens you get, the more money you make. Okay. Oh, not the C note, the F note. Yeah, I could see doing that too. View of inversions. You mean like C over E and F over A and G over B and D over sharp, first inversion, second inversion. I could do a video on that. Yeah. That will be one of those ones I'm going to have to create a lot of graphics for, but I could totally do that. Okay. So, again, I kind of have the song, I may even have the song form down. Okay? The song form might be, let me put this in here. I'm gonna do a new text thing, and I'm gonna make it small. It's gonna start out giant. Intro. Okay. Okay. Grab this. Make it really tiny. Oops, not like upside down tiny. Dang. Oh, I see. I see what I'm doing. Okay. So I might do. Okay. Now I'm going to edit that. I go intro, and then I'm going to go A. Intro is just the first two bars of the A section. Okay. Then I'm going to go to B, which is my chorus, and I'm going to go to A again, and I'm going to go to B, and I'm going to go to C, and then I'm going to go to intro again, and then I'm going to go B out. Okay, and there's my song form. So now it's like, okay, so I need two verses. I need a chorus. I need a bridge, and there you go. That's the song. And the end could be like this. Here's the chorus. This is the last chorus. Remember, I might do a breakdown chorus. I could do multiple Bs. You could do as many Bs as you want. In fact, that's kind of one of the things where, like, if your audience is like got their lighters out and they're going crazy, I don't know that a song about doing a live stream, a YouTube live stream, is going to get people crazy if that's indeed what the lyrics end up being about. But it could be something that you want to do multiple courses of. Okay, so the chord, again, this is a pretty boring chorus, harmonically speaking. Right? It doesn't mean you have to make it interesting. You can throw that in there, the transition chord, little D chord transition. But I hear it ending like this, maybe. Something like that. You could do that as the ending. So you do your whole rhythmic 4/1 cadence, the F to C cadence, as your big ending. There's a million ways to end a song. Some really goofy and trite. I could have gone to instead of the F chord. Instead of the G chord the second time, I could have gone to E if I really want to change it up. Depending on what the melody is. If I'm singing a B on the melody at that point, if I'm going. Or no. There's so many things you can do that, sonically you go, okay, that works, but is it right for the song? We don't really have a melody yet. We have a song form. Hopefully next week I'll remember this because next week I'm gonna lock down the melody. Okay. Lyrically, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know that I'll make it about live streaming. F major 7 is a beautiful chord. That's true. Do I know Snuff from Slipknot? No, I don't. I'm not. I mean, I know very little Slipknot music. It's funny because my friend Kook, who just hit me up recently, um, Kook is a great vocal producer and a great producer and songwriter, and he's one of my best buddies. He's the one that introduced me to Justin Bieber. He's a huge Slipknot fan. You got this guy who's like R&B producer, songwriter, whatever. But because he understands it's about production, it's about presentation, and Slipknot is like a serious presentation thing. So I really appreciate that, but I'm not really. I wish I listened to more music than I do, but I just don't have time. And when I'm not working, which is making music, I oftentimes don't want to listen to music. I'm listening to sports radio or something. Dennis, you got this one? Oh, Leo, is rhythmic melody positioning when placing the root note at the end of beat 2? Is that a rhythmic melody positioning when placing root note at the end of beat 2? It just no. It I'm not sure what you would call that, but the melody is whatever you come up with, and it's like melody is one of those things that I feel like, and you can see up there, I have the little copyright symbol. I feel like those are things that you could get in trouble with if you stole someone else's melody. If they're following the chords pretty solid, it's going to be hard because you can probably 50 songs who got it. Thank you, Dennis. Dennis is on top of it. And so, and the melody may change, and the melody may be, I may sing right through that push. They may go, it may go, it may do that, right? So it might, but I might go, I could create a melody that just goes right through that and makes no reference to the rhythm at all. At this point, my melody is rhythm. And again, to be able to sing it and play it, I'm going to have to... Sam got a phone call? Sam's got to take a phone call. Oh, finish on E minor. Yeah, I could. Let's see what would that sound like. So the big finish, the chorus is... Oh, no, wait. No, it's back to... what am I doing? But I could see you subbing the D minor for the G. You could do something like that. It takes it another direction, though. Okay, here's an example of where the harmony is going to affect the lyric. Not just the melody. I feel like the lyric has to change there. And so maybe the entire lyric for the entire song would change because of one stupid chord. So I'm playing the B section here to C. And I go to... very different song, right? So I can't, if the song was about doing, goofing off during a live stream, probably not going to sing about that over a minor 3 chord. That's the third chord in the key of C. C, D, E. And the chord built on that is E minor. That's the 3 chord. Doesn't show up very often. The 2 chord's more common. But of the 3 minor chords in any key, the 6 chord, A minor, is the most common. And look, we've got it there, multiple times. E7 is out of the key, technically, but it's a... Dang it! Why can I not remember the term? Ugh. Sam, I'm killing myself here. What is wrong with me? Afraid I'm missing stuff too. I'm not seeing everything. Oh, is Joe asking me something? I have 2 computers tried to... Oh, Discord link failed. Oh, dang it. Secondary dominant. You know what? I'm going to go... I'm gonna go like this. Let's see, is that right? Yeah. I'm just gonna write it in there. E7 is the secondary, is A secondary dominant. You ever have a thing like we just can't remember it? Maybe I should write a alert. Hey, John. Oh, no, John, actually, I was on at 9, and then I had a dentist appointment at 10, so I logged off at 9:57 and walked to the dentist and then got my teeth cleaned, and then I came back here and started at 10:50. People were like, wait, how did you get to the dentist back from the dentist so fast? It's like literally 2 doors down. 3 doors down, across the street, down a little bit, and I can walk there in 60 seconds or less. Probably skip there in 45 seconds. But who skips to the dentist? People skip from the dentist. I see people leaving the office, and they're all skipping the dental office. Yeah, this is part 2, so you can watch the catch up on the first one. We're kind of writing a song right here and now. Okay, let me check my current subscribers. Okay, wait. Oh, no cheating now. Is it going to go up, down, or stay the same? Up, down, or same. Okay, get your votes in now, and then I'll hit refresh. Yeah, it's kind of like playing over and under, right? Over or under. Up, down, or same. Just give me one of those 3 letters, and then we see who's right. And I'll check it as soon as I get enough, few people that have chimed in. How many cavities? None. You have a special on root canals. Dude, I would so come to see you if I ever get to go to. Oh yeah, let me get Jeff's question here. That's a good question. Okay, keeping it real thinks it's going to go up. Bruce saying same. Oh, we got actual people putting numbers in. Up. Oh, everybody's thinking up. Okay, because it's been trending up since I. Okay, all right. Now don't cheat if you're checking. I'm going by my thing here. It's my channel dashboard, so I don't know what it says on my channel, the actual channel. So, and you guys may all have it. Okay, well let's see. I'm gonna. Okay. Down. Sam's going with down. Sam's. Okay. I'm gonna let a couple more people get in here. It may change in the time that you vote too, so I have no control over that. All right. Okay. It seems like we got enough bear. Bear. Okay. Let's see here. Let's refresh this. Well, pretty much the most boring outcome. It stayed the same. Holly. Yeah, don't disagree with Holly. It stayed the same. We hit it again. Maybe I missed something. I could also go to my channel and see what my channel says. I don't know which is more up to date, the channel or my dashboard. Let's see. Go to my channel. I have to mute. Oh no. Oh, see, it just says K. It just says 99.6K. Interesting. All right. So if you want to buy something from Sweetwater, if you click on any of the Sweetwater links in my, you know what? Are they in here? If I go to, yeah. So if you just on my gear on the description of my most recent videos, if you go to too old a video, I haven't changed it. It takes time, and I get a little bit of money for this, so thank you for that. Sweetwater pays pretty good. I think it's anywhere from 2 to 4%. Okay, so if you click on any of those gear, like the Dunlop guitar picks, and it opens up Sweetwater, then you do any shopping from that point. You don't have to buy those picks. Any shopping you do from that point, I will make a little scratch. And I set it to $100 threshold, and I haven't hit it yet. So they won't cut me a check until I hit $100. I think I'm at, last I looked, it was like at $18. So it's not like, and I just bought a couple. I spent some money there. Dennis, you got this. Dennis. Oh, interesting. Okay, so now there was a question. Let me get to that. The minor seventh, dominant seventh question. Okay, it's a good. See, Jeff Height asked, minor seventh chords don't function in the way that seventh chords do in major, do they? Okay, so no, they're definitely different. So a minor seventh, the minor is referring to, not the seventh, the minor is referring to the third of the chord. So in E minor seventh would be E, G, B, and a D on top, which is the seventh. 1, 3, 5, 7. E7 would be great if I had a little MIDI keyboard that I'm triggering, you know. You could see my fingers. I have E, G sharp, B, and D. And so it just says E7, and yet wait, so why didn't it say E major 7? Well, E major 7 is a different chord. If you just put E7, it's implied that it's a major triad with a dominant seventh, or a seventh that is a whole step below the root. And a whole step below E is D. Okay? E major 7 would be that. It's a very pretty chord. So you got 3 seventh chords. You got minor seventh, dominant seventh, and major seventh. Those are your 3 main major seventh chords. You could also have a minor with a major seventh. Wait, no, sorry. What am I doing? Minor. Okay, that chord, and that's a minor chord, kind of James Bondy. But that was the chord that somebody was mentioning about the Bob Dylan song. What was it? He went. Oh no, that didn't show up in the Dylan song. So that was C. Oh wait. Yeah. That's also that movement there where it's going C to C major 7 to C7 is is that the right key? I think it must be in a different key. Am I hearing it in a different key? Yeah. So it's a third. Yeah, that's too high. You are so beautiful. To the minor, C minor, to me. Yeah, that's a Joe Cocker. Great song. Dominant 7th, E7, major 7th, E major 7th, E, exactly. And they definitely serve different functions in different keys. So, for example, in any major key, you have 3 minor 7th chords, and you have 2 major 7ths, but you only have 1 dominant 7th or 1 7th chord. Yeah. Yes, Bruce. The IMP links are the Sweetwater links. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, so click on those. And same thing's true with Amazon. If you got Amazon Christmas lists going on, you know, it's getting late now. I should have been singing this. But again, I make a little bit of coin scratch from that. I don't know. I gotta I may have to put in my. I think I started doing that now. I make a little bit of money from that. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that I'm doing that. You know, I put links up there. You know, if anybody can do it. If you go to Amazon.com and scroll down to the bottom and it says become an Amazon affiliate, you can create your own affiliate link, and you can just do that. Use it for your own shopping and get money back. You know, I mean, or send it to your family and stuff. I don't care. I mean, hey, I like making money. Don't get me wrong, but. Huh. Oh, that's weird. Were you on Joseph? Were you on the Discord link before? Did you get blocked or banned? Have you been on Discord ever before in your life? Because if you got on and people were annoyed or you said something or whatever, and I'm not accusing you of anything, I'm just saying if that happened and you got banned by someone on Discord, does it affect all of your, any efforts to? Oh yes, that E7 definitely, Jeff, reminds me of One Headlight. It's a great song. I mean, Jacob Dylan is Bob Dylan's son. He grew up with that. It's like my son Alex kind of grew up around guitar and everything. So, uh, how will I know to link my purchase to you? I think if you just click on one of those links and go shopping from that point on, you go to your cart and then you pay for it or whatever. I think I get credit for that. So, just so you know, I'll let you know. I mean, I can log into it. Let's see, do I have it here? Where did I put it? Yeah, there it is. It's kind of their Impact. Yeah, it's Impact, whatever. That's why it's the IMP thing. So Impact is the engine they use, the company they use for that. Yeah, well, it says my balance is $20, so it must be pending actions, invoices, withdrawals, earnings. So what happens if I click on that? Yeah, so I've got earnings funded by advertising. Oh, invoiced. Interesting. I mean, it's, October. Oh, I see nothing in, So a little bit here and there, but it's up to $20 now. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to actually I think I have the setting for they cut the check at 100. I don't even think they've gotten a W-2 for me yet, or W-9 or whatever it is, because it hasn't gotten to that level. Available balance. I suppose I could have a thing made. It doesn't specifically say, let's see. Links, reports, performance by brand, performance by day. Yeah. So some of it's based on sales. Some of it's just you click on it. If you just click those links and don't even buy anything, I think I make a billionth of a penny or something like that. So yeah, it wouldn't. If you went to a different computer, right? It's Dennis is right. It's your IP address, which is connected. If you went to the library and tried to go there, you might be able to log on because the IP address would be different. But yeah, so Brian Bada, good to see you, man. Oh, nice. Okay, thank you, Brian. That's good to know. Yeah, so like I said, when you're out ready to pay for it, instead of opening up Sweetwater, you could click on the link, I guess, and then it opens up Sweetwater, and then you go to even if you've already, you don't have to, I don't think you have to. I make money off of buying stuff myself from it, and I didn't, log out and then log back in or anything like that. No. It knows where you came from, and it gives that person some love. So, yeah. So I'm totally, I'm down with you wanting to do that. Okay. So next week we're gonna we'll lock in this melody. Okay, and I'll probably program it into MIDI on the piano, whatever melody. I might go ahead and program the melody so we can go, oh, what if I did the melody, I moved it over an eighth note, and do those kind of things and see if we like it better, okay? So I might start next week while I live stream, I might start actually producing out the track. And I think next Monday is going to work. Next Monday, I'll be very happy that the day before is over. I got a gig on Sunday I'm not looking forward to. But I'm not really the gigging musician anymore. So I do studio work, and I do studio work, and I do play at my church, and I write with people and for TV and stuff, But doing the gig, I'm not the gigging guy anymore. I said yes because it was a friend's ministry and try to help them out, but not looking forward to it. Anyway, great stream, really. I hope so. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you're just watching the process. And I'm trying to explain the difference between art versus craft. And they really play a role with each other. Even the Beatles, who didn't know, like I would say they probably didn't know music theory, they knew, oh, well, we could try this chord, let's try it. And so that was a knowledge. Well, I know this chord might work, let's try it. And then you hit it, and that moment that you hit that, and that's why oftentimes when I'm writing the song, I'll do the verse, I'll get all the way to the end of the verse, and I'll try to, okay, maybe this for the chorus, and that didn't work. Dang it. Go all the way back to the beginning, do the verse again, and have something in mind, like, okay, I'm going to try the F chord this time. And the F chord might have worked coming out of that verse. It might have actually worked better than this G, but I'm going to stick with this harmony, I think, for now. But that almost sounds like a pre-chorus to me, right? I could do a very quick little. But also check out that song "Mad" by Neo, N-E-Y-O. Great songwriter, wrote a lot of songs for other people, but a great songwriter for himself. "Mad" is him, and count the melodies that he does over basically the same chord progression. It's a loop, and that's the pop thing. Is like mind blowing how good the melody writers are in pop. And when I write pop music, I'm writing the bed. I'm the guy writing that hook that they write over, the loop that they write over, and the real chops in the song itself is in the top line, the writing. The lyrics, kind of throwaway, can be about anything. WAP or WAP or whatever. It could be about the lyrics can be about anything. Not my lyrics. My lyrics can't be about anything. But the melody in pop particularly is really, really where 90% of the hooks occur. Okay. So that's what we're gonna work on the melody next week. Lock it in. Does Beth have an Amazon link? No, why? Yeah, oh no, I know. She never shops through one of my links. She always forgets. Well, you know what? She doesn't do that much shopping online, to be honest. Yeah, thanks for hanging out for part 2. Jumping back on. I think we actually got about as high. We got up to 32, I think. So it was actually higher than the first. And actually, we're moving up to, hate to log off when it's trending up. But we've been flat right around 24 for a good, in the low 20s for the last hour. So, no, I don't have COVID. I just got phlegm on my tubes for some reason. So my voice it's tickles. Not squirrels in this one. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. We're supposed to get a lot of rain. It looks like rain right now, but we're not. Oh, you know what? Speaking of squirrels, I'm gonna go grab some lemons off that tree because I have a lot of lemons on my tree. I'm gonna go get them now. They look great. I'm so happy. Yay, lemons. Okay, I don't know why they're showing up at this time of year, but anyway, they are. So we'll continue. So the next goal is to write melody, and the melody then. In the process of writing the melody, I might start to get some lyric ideas. Okay, so in that. And then what will happen is as I formulate lyric concepts, the melody will change also. So they'll affect each other. There'll be words I want to say, but I can't say because the melody's too fast. There'll be a lyric I want to say, but I can't say it because the melody's going up and I'm saying the word down or whatever. Weird things like that will come into play. So, let's see what else. Okay, yeah, and so keep writing. If nothing else, just for yourself. You don't have to post it on the Discord. If you post it on Discord, I'll try to listen. I listened to Sam, your song, your band. I subscribe. Sounded great. I mean, I would do things differently, but that's irrelevant. Okay, it's just do you. If you're coming to me to produce a record, that's a different thing, and I don't do that. So you wouldn't come to me to produce a record. John, if I'm ever in. Your money is on your one. If I'm ever if I ever get to go to Louisville again for the Muhammad Ali thing, they changed the leadership over there on that thing. So the people that hired me are no longer there anymore. So I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, I'll let you know, and we'll definitely set up a thing, time to get together. You can come to the hotel and we can go to lunch or something like that, or get coffee or something. Yeah. So anyway, God bless you. Thank you so much, Lena. Thank you. She's not here now, but she shared some coin with me, and I appreciate that. That all comes in handy. And then we keep that revenue, try to get that revenue back up to where it was. And we'll see soon. Okay, I'm going to hit the channel. I'm going to hit refresh. Let's see if I added or lost anybody. Oh, we're back. Okay, you ready? You're going to get the new number. Are you excited? Here we go. There it is. We gained 3 just in the time I asked. You all would have been right. Yes, pick some lemons. It's not that many. It's a lot less than it used to be. And my sister pruned the crap out of the tree, and then it didn't grow lemons for 2 years. So now they're back, and so I want to make sure I pull them off. So I'm gonna go to YouTube. Hey YouTube, woo YouTube! I'm gonna pull up a video on picking lemons because I want to do it right. I don't know if I'm supposed to clip it or if I can just pull them. So I'm gonna how to pick lemons. Okay, I'm gonna look that up right now, and I'll see you guys Monday.